All right, this boss is hard, like very hard. Hey guys, welcome on in. Kyrios here, and today we're gonna go over Hieronymus, and I'm gonna give you guys some ideas on some team comps you can do. There's very little amount of comps, but there's some key heroes you can use here. I'm gonna go over the abilities, and I'm gonna go over my hardcore kill. Now, just before we get into that, why do they launch this so early in the morning? Sorry guys, it is very early in the morning for me recording this. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. I need more caffeine. But let's talk about this raid boss. Let's go. Okay, let's talk abilities. This boss is a pain. First up is Invitation of Damascus. Deals 350% damage against an enemy in a rounded shape area. This is actually pretty small. The skill damage also increases with the amount of HP left on the enemy up to 50%. So the lower the enemy is, where it's the tank or whoever's taking the hit, is going to take more damage. Next up, we have the dot, which is called Urgata. It curses one enemy, dealing 20% damage over 9 seconds or 10 seconds roughly, and then explodes, dealing 325% damage to enemies in a well-rounded. You can actually clear this curse by healing the student that has been cursed up to 100%. Next up, we have Lion's Relief, which deals 90% damage in a very large round shape. It's just going to be some damage that all your students are going to take, and hopefully you don't take too many of these. Finally, we have in the second phase, the big boy, which is the Pain in the Desert, which is, pretty much pain in the... Every 10 seconds deals 40% damage to all enemies. Then, also on top of that, when the ATG value is maxed out, it will deal 1,000 damage to all enemies. So this is pretty much your raid wipe mechanic. All right, and now let's just talk about the mechanic that actually really matters here, is those sacred lights. Now you have the green relic, which allows the boss to take 55% more damage, stacking 5 times. And you can activate this every 20 seconds. There's a debuff that's put on the lantern after you heal it that reduces the healing that you can give it by 50%. So you need to time your heals that you're not healing in portions that you can't heal at all. Then finally, in the second phase, you have the red relic. When activated, it can stun Hieronymus and then or essentially block one of his abilities, and then it increases your student's recovery by 2,500 for 1 second. So really, this is really just used in extreme mode to block that EX skill. And how can you tell EX skills are coming? You need to slow down the game all the way to 1x, and then as you can see here, his feet will start to light up in a 1, 2, 3, roughly 4-second pattern on when he's going to use an ability. Now, if you're at ATG max value, you know that ability is going to be Pain in the Desert, so you're going to have to start using that red relic to block that. All right, guys, let's do some team building for this raid boss. Now, if you're doing below hardcore, you could probably bring whoever you want. Just slap in the best units you have, honor that green lantern, and you'll be off to the races, and you'll do pretty good. Now, for hardcore, it's going to be pretty rough, even at level 70 like I am, or level 69. So let's do some team building here. So this is the team. This is one of the teams I brought in. Now, this team is very it's very finicky, meaning that if you take the wrong dot damage, or you take the wrong type of or wrong hits on Akane, because Akane is essentially going to be your tank, that's going to make or break a run, and you have to be very optimized to get this to run through. So actually, the team I actually really like to run is taking out Shiroko and putting in Tsubaki. Your Tsubaki doesn't have to be leveled. Another team you could do too is that, so I'm using Katama, and I'm kind of funneling all my damage into Azusa. Serika is great. If you've seen my Serika guide, bring Serika. She's absolutely amazing here. Akane is great too. You can also sub out Akane if you want to, put in Shiroko again, but I do like having Akane there if she's well built. Now, I really like Kotama. She helps me out. Now, if you don't have Azusa, you can actually do really, really good damage. You can actually clear this without Azusa. You would have to sub someone else in, and you would definitely have to have Hibiki in, and you can still do this team comp with Hibiki. Now, if you're not as high level as I am, and you don't have some of the gear, you know, T5 and T4 gear like I have here, you're definitely going to want to take out both of your specials and put in 2 healers. It's going to help you out. So you're either going to want to use like Hanae or Serena, or you're going to want to use you're always going to want to use Serena, or maybe you're going to want to use like a Yane, which I don't really use, but you can use her here because of the AoE healing until we get Koharu. Koharu changes this whole dynamic. Once you have Koharu, you're definitely probably going to use Hibiki and Serena. Azusa, Koharu, Akane, Serika. That's probably going to be the route that you take here. But this is some of the team comps you can do.